Yo, what is going on, everybody? You are now back with another episode of The Gender Project with your favorite host. I am Church.
And I am your girl, Chi, honey.
Yes, and for those watching for the first time, we are an entertaining podcast. We like to create healthy dialogue about various topics from our perspectives.
Yes.
And for those watching for the first time, we want you to do us a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button right now, all right? Hit it.
Very
I mean,
important.
right now. Right now.
Right now.
Hit it. Make sure that you like and comment on everything that we're going to be talking about in this episode. We got a lot to give to you guys today.
We're going to be talking about a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
Everything that's still going on. It's kind of like a part 2 from the first episode.
Part duh.
Everything.
Is it part do? Part do?
Duo.
Duo. Whatever.
All of that. So we're gonna kick it off right now. We just gonna go right into it.
Hold on. We can also be found
My bad.
on iHeart's podcast roster now. So make sure that you go to iHeartRadio.com, go to featured podcast, and type in The Gender Project to check us out, honey.
Check us out.
Number one podcast coming your way.
So we not only have, we're gonna get right into it,
Let's do
but
it.
we not only have a Project Positive, but we have 2 Project Positives. It's actually local.
Yeah. Well, it didn't start local.
Okay,
but,
it didn't start
It
local?
started in
Okay.
Minneapolis. All right. And then it just kind of trickled throughout the U.S. and probably worldwide, too. So
Well, I
basically,
love
the
it.
white coat protest happened at one of our biggest hospitals here in St. Louis. Barnes Jewish and Children's Hospital came together
On one of the biggest streets.
on one of the biggest, most busiest streets in St. Louis. And they basically got together on June 5th and they held a moment of silence. A lot of people were kneeling or had their fist pumped in the air for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That is how long that Officer Chauvin, whatever, had his knee on George Floyd's neck. I mean, it was some type of movement to see all those white coats and all those healthcare professionals out there taking time out of their day to rally together for the cause.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
I think we actually have a clip of it. Do we have
We
a clip?
do.
All
We
right,
do.
cool. Boom, we're going to play it right now.
And right now happening live, a protest in honor of George Floyd underway on the eastern edge of Forest Park. This is a live look at the scene. Our photographer on scene is reporting 400 to 500 healthcare workers and other protesters have lined the sidewalks of Kings Highway. A number of medical personnel out there right now, doctors, nurses. If you're not familiar with the eastern edge of Forest Park, that's right by Barnes Jewish Hospital and St. Louis Children's Hospital. A group of people, here you see, plan to kneel for about 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Some of them already starting to do that in memory of George Floyd. And that is how long a Minneapolis police officer kneeled on Floyd's neck before he died. Organizers are calling this White Coats for Black Lives.
There it is. So as you guys just saw, yes,
Wasn't that amazing?
that was beautiful.
Man.
Like, to see that, to know that they're all standing, especially like we said last week, we're coming out of a pandemic, things are going on, and then we jump right back into the same issues that we've been dealing with for hundreds of years.
400.
Like, we are tired.
ignorant.
We're tired.
We're
And so
beyond
that was a beautiful sight to see.
It was.
And we thank all the nurses, the doctors, all the healthcare workers in general
Yes.
that decided to take part in the white coat
Protest.
White coat protest. So
Yes.
we thank you guys,
Thank
definitely.
you.
All right. Project Positive number 2. Can I do it one time for the one time?
Like, that's so goofy.
You know what? I used to do Tabo. Remember when Billy Blanks would
I
do the Tabo
remember.
thing? And
Oh,
so,
you were into that? Jay,
yes. Hand speed.
I'm nervous.
Hand speed. Used to box. So,
Oh, please. Please.
no, but Project Positive number 2 comes in today from this guy. Like, I admire this guy so much. I already admired him just for like who he was and what he was doing. But when I saw this, I was like, bro,
I mean,
like,
listen,
we gonna play it for you right now. But today's Project Positive goes out to none other than the man himself, Jay Morrison, and this is why.
Well, I don't want to speak for all white people here, but I will say a lot of people would probably turn around and say the worst part about the treatment of black people in America is how black people treat each other in America.
But see, why is it always a spin?
It's not a spin. It's a fact. If we're laying out the factual issues, and we're going to rank them in terms of what's the most critical in terms of making black life miserable in America, I personally think I would put the way black people treat black people at the top.
I'm all for self-accountability. I call you king, and I call all our black women queens to purposely elevate and uplift them. That's what I've been doing it for a year now. I don't use any other words other than king or queen referring to our own, because we've been personally degraded. We degrade ourselves, and we've been degraded. But we always spin the point.
It's not a spin. How do we fix that?
You have to.
How do we fix that? Black people.
When does the perpetrator take acceptance? Right? You want the victim to take acceptance, but when does the perpetrator? The government who created this system
not the government.
that has abused and traumatized the people.
Not the government. I'm talking about the young brothers who are going to kill each other this weekend all across this country.
I know what you're talking about. I'm okay with self-accountability.
Killing each other?
No, I'm okay with self-accountability.
How do you fix that then?
How do we fix that? It's through our repair curriculum. Right now, we're repairing ourselves by unifying ourselves. I have a solution for us. The solution for us is for us to get some self-dignity, self-pride by us unifying, understanding that before we're American, we're African first.
So, as you
did you get that? And that was just a little video.
That was just a little bit like that was a.
That wasn't.
It was a 10-minute segment.
10 minutes
of him giving that man the
educated
business.
Class. Like
and he did it so well because I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have been able to handle keeping my composure.
Like, I mean, this is a thing. You're a public figure, which we've talked about that.
Yeah.
You have a way with words where I feel like you can get your point across without showing that type of emotion, even during this time. Am I wrong?
I mean, yes, but it gets to a certain point. Like he was. There's a difference when you're kind of oblivious, which you still shouldn't be. By this point, you should not be oblivious. You should have some kind of education on what's going on, some kind of insight on what is happening, especially to people of the same color as you. But when you are just that blatantly ignorant, and then not only are you ignorant, but you try to keep putting the problem back on the people that look just like you, and it's clear as day that there's a problem. That is where I'm like, oh, because I was getting upset. Like, bro, you mean to tell me you still want to keep putting the blame on your own people? Oh, you're an American. You don't highlight the fact that you're an African American. They said that you're an African American. And but you still no, I'm an American. I love this country and I love this flag. This same country that is clearly
killing us,
killing
every
us,
second,
showing
doesn't
pure
give a
injustice.
Damn about us.
There are memes left and right. When George Floyd died, there were memes going around of white people comically
knee on the
putting
neck
their
challenge,
knee on the neck challenge.
Like sir.
You
really?
mean to tell me that you don't really see racism, or the racism that you do see, the violence? Like and the part that really got me, that still gets me going to this day, is when black people spin the statistics or spin the argument to always go back to, what about other black people? What about black on black crime? White people are gonna do that. We already know. But when a black person does that, another black man, well, what about the black on black crime? I would have been, I salute. If you want to watch the clip, I will post the whole entire clip. I will find that link and I will make sure that I put it down in the comments.
Watch. I'm just
it's
here
definitely
to tell
something.
you.
So we want to give our second Project Positive out to Jay Morrison. We thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay Morrison.
Thank you for being
You're
an educator.
Outside of all that other stuff.
Thank you for being an educator. Thank you for enlightening this man.
No, he didn't enlighten him now.
You know what? I'm going to speak life into that situation and say that he planted a seed in that man's mind. And after the cameras went off and after everything, he went home and was like, you know what? He might have a point. And maybe he did go look at some of the redlining that happened. Maybe he did go look at some of the, I think, COINTEL issues that had happened. And maybe he did.
You don't think he's looked at any of that stuff? He's in journalism. He's in journalism. He's looked at that stuff. He's seen that stuff. And he's probably been in that field for a while. He knows what's going on in the world. To me, honestly, I feel like, he was probably doing that to make sure he has a job to go to the next day.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're
I
right.
can't hardly get with none of that.
Me neither. It's just you know what? I'm just gonna try and keep hope alive. As Black people, that is one thing that we know how to do.
We
know
do
how
that
to
well.
keep hope alive.
We do
and that's
that
why
well.
we're so strong. And I think that's why they fear us, because
why
no
we
matter
look
what,
so
you can't break us.
youthful.
You can't break us.
Hell to the no.
Can't break us
Oh
at
no,
all.
you'll never know what a Black person is going through, or that how much they're going through. You would never know.
Never know. I
Ever.
love it.
Yep.
Love it. So boom, there we go. We got 2 Project Positives that we knocked out, and we
Yep.
just want to say, everybody keep being positive. We're definitely gonna highlight it on the show, so we thank you guys. We really
Yes.
appreciate it. All right, boom. Next segment, one of my favorites.
Oh no, not again.
We have our useless actual factuals. So, this is good. Hold on. I gotta pull it up and make sure I say it right.
Oh gosh.
All right. Did you know that in California there are more required hours of training to become a barber than to become a police officer? 1,500 hours minimum of training to become a barber, 664 hours minimum of training to become a police officer.
You don't say.
Talk about ironic. And I'm a barber. And that is
Wow.
actually correct.
Now,
It took 1,500 hours for us to go through barber school.
why do you think? Why do you
Listen.
think that is, Jay? I mean, that's a drastic, like that's double.
Huge
I mean,
difference. Yes, well over double the
Yeah.
amount of time needed to become a police officer to protect the citizens of the United States of America. You only need 664
Is it really to protect the citizens?
to protect the citizens. But in order just to whack some hair off somebody's head that will grow in 2 weeks and they have to come back to you, it takes 1,500 hours because of the protection of the skin, and because you have to learn all these different techniques, and then
Now, wait.
you gotta go
Wait. Because when you're in cosmetology school, they teach you about, the nails and all this other stuff, even if you just want to do hair. So is that how it is on the barbering end? Is it
So
just barbering?
on the barbering end, we have to learn like just the full essence of the hair. We learned a little bit of anatomy too, so we know about like the
Booty.
frontal lobe.
You
we
said
know
anatomy, I'm sorry.
we know like the frontal lobe, occipital lobes, parietal bones. We learn about the different techniques of the face.
How do you spell occipital? That sounds,
occipital?
sorry, I was thinking about locks. Sorry.
Occipital
Okay, right,
bones.
you're right.
The maxillary bone. You learn about all of that for shaving and things like that. You learn a lot in barber school. We learned how to do the hair techniques of like a virgin relaxer, color, making sure you stay like 1/8 of an inch off the scalp. It was a lot that went into those 1,500 hours just to get ready for school. Now I wonder how long and what all they learned at the academy in those 664 hours.
I would like to know as well. And do you think it was an accelerated? Because when things are accelerated, they tend to pump you with a lot of things in a short amount of time. So do you think that it was like their accelerated programs?
I know that's the case here in Missouri as well too, though. I know a police officer, and yes, that's around the time frame that it took. It takes a couple of months for them to go through the academy. It took 10 months? I went to school every day. I made sure I did not miss a day.
So what's every day? Monday through Friday, or like Monday through Sunday?
Monday through Saturday.
How many hours?
Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, that's like a whole work shift.
Yes.
Oh.
Like 9 months. I want to say, 9 months, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Learning. The first 5 months the first 4 months were like textbook work, all book work, and then the last 4-5 months were practical. So we were actually on the floor working and learning everything that we learned in the textbooks. So that's the actual factual for today.
That's interesting.
That in order to become a police officer, you only need less than 700 hours. All right, so let's jump right into the trending topic of today. You know, I've been scrolling all through these internets.
The internets get on my nerves. I'm just gonna.
Hey, but you know what? The internets be coming through because it keeps you up to date on the people who you need to admire, respect, i.e. Jay Morrison, how we just saw that.
Yes.
Thanks to the internet, we were able to see that. Mm-hmm. But then there are those people who you just need to
cancel, maybe?
Just to cancel, get rid of, throw them out. And you know what? We want to thank Black Twitter on today's Hot Topic episode.
Thank you so much, Black Twitter.
Black Twitter be coming
for keeping us up to date on the culture,
everything,
on entertainment, just whatever's going on in our culture. Just because we don't be knowing all the time. You type in Black Twitter and all types of things are gonna come up. And guess what? People tell you how they really feel.
Oh man,
Black Twitter.
They do not hold back on Black Twitter.
I'm here for it though.
Gotta love it.
I
love it. So on Black Twitter, we found out there's a list of people that we need to cancel. All right.
Wait. Are you canceling them too?
Oh yeah. See, I don't just go off what other people say. I try, I be on my little trusty laptop. I get on my phone real quick and I'm like, all right, let me see what they're talking about. Let me see what actually happened. Okay. Because sometimes a person doesn't really need to be canceled. And a lot of times they take people's stuff out of context. So I always say I do my own research, and I always encourage everybody, do your own research. Don't just be going off what people be saying out there.
Now wait. Everyone that we're speaking about today, they're canceled to you?
They verified canceled. But we got proof. So here on the Gender Project, we not just gonna be talking out the side of our neck, all right? We got proof of why we're canceling these people, all right? So
I want to know from your perspective, what does cancel mean? Like, does that mean you no longer listen to their music? Do you unfollow them? Do you, how far does the canceling go?
I don't be following these people no way. But as far as the music is concerned, as far as admiring them in any way, shape, or form, or doing it, they cancel.
Okay. They're dust. Let's do it together.
Ooh, I hit the mic.
Did you spit? Oh, God, he's gleeting. Sorry.
All right.
All right, we get into it.
First up, number one on the canceled list.
Oh, gosh.
We have, and I just saw this one, I want to say yesterday, I think.
Okay.
We have the one and only Trina. Did you hear about what happened?
I heard about it.
Did you hear the interview with her and Trick Daddy?
I heard some of it, yeah.
Yes. So to sum it up, if you have not seen it, I'll make sure everything that we talk about today, like we said earlier in the episode, we're going to make sure we try and link it down below. But if we can't, just type it in. So Trina, basically to sum up what she was saying, well, first off, Trick Daddy asked her, how do you feel about the riots and everything that's going on? And she went on this whole little tangent about her feelings, and they were not the feelings of how we felt as a community, as a black people overall. She was saying that they should make the curfew 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Start locking these animals up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be clean.
Wait. And who do you think she was
referring
to?
Black people.
Okay.
The black people that are out there looting and protesting and doing all of the above.
Okay.
Yes. So 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is when the curfew should be, according to Trina. Keep these animals off the street because they're acting like they escaped from a zoo.
Oh, she went in.
Oh, she went in. She went on a whole rant for like a solid 2 or 3 minutes. All these people are out here just fake protesting for George Floyd. Yeah.
I mean, her record sales already sucked, but she just blew it.
She went in, and so as she kept going, you found out that a lot of people looted her friend's store. I don't know what kind of store her friend has, but a lot of people looted that store. And
do you think she was invested in that?
Even if she wasn't, I don't want to say whether she was or was not invested, but you can tell that's where her anger and her frustration came from in regards to that. Cause that's like, you know, if you had a store or you had a business and somebody broke in and did something to it or whatever, I would feel some kind of way. And I would want to talk to the people who did it or the community, whatever, and I would have some anger and some emotions behind it. But there are just certain things that you don't say.
Well, Jay, now I have to play devil's advocate. Not that I'm not saying I agree with what she said. But like you said, when you are in the heat of the moment like that, whether it happened directly to you or to somebody that you care about, I mean, people black out and they snap. And then they try to retract and take back a lot of what they said, and it's too late. Because did you see the
apology?
Did you see the apology?
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that.
She definitely put an apology up. But, you know, with everything, I hear what you're saying, but with everything that happens, there are consequences and repercussions. Every word that comes out of your mouth has a consequence for it. Mm-hmm. And then, to add to that, you're a celebrity. So you're held to a higher regard.
See, here we go with that.
Unfortunately.
Here we go with that, because we just spoke about that.
But unfortunately, that's the way of the world. Like, celebrities are looked at as a high regard. The heavier, I mean, the what is it? Responsibility, the more responsibility, the weight. With great power comes great responsibility. Rest in peace, Uncle Ben, Spider-Man. But yeah, just don't ask. But but with great power comes great responsibility, and now you have this platform and you have this power, so you will be judged on the words that you speak. It ain't like you and Trick Daddy just having a conversation
without something being recorded or something.
Yeah, like you both have large record sales. You both were popping way back in the day, and you know that this is a very sensitive subject and this is a very sensitive matter. So for you to say those things like that, you should have known you would be dragged. And that is exactly what happened.
They drug her for miles.
And then she wasn't even done. Trick Daddy tried to throw a bone, like, you know, well, I mean, come on now, Trina. You can't tell me that when the police get behind you, you don't get scared and all of that, as we all should. Mm-hmm. You know what she had the nerve to say?
What'd she say?
She said, I don't get scared. And she said it confidently with some sass, and I don't get scared. I ain't never scared of the police. I have my license and my registration.
Okay, because that stops a bullet.
Yeah. You know, tell that to Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor.
Right.
You know.
Right, Jay, that was good.
I'm just saying.
You're right, though.
Yeah,
I mean, what makes her exempt from what's going on or being racially profiled? Or
I don't know, and I don't even care. But she's definitely canceled.
Is she dust?
Man, she's just out of here.
He kind of did a LeBron thing, kind of. Just. Does he do all that?
I don't know.
I'm not
know. I ain't, basketball season been canceled, so I don't know.
Let me do it.
But yeah, so then she flipped it and she tried to write it was like a 5-paragraph apology
pretty
or something.
lengthy.
First off, ain't nobody finna read all
Nobody's
that.
finna read that.
You're already done.
Yeah.
So
according to Black Twitter, nobody was having that apology either.
Man, ain't nobody finna hear that. Like, y'all say whatever, and she said it with a chest too. She said it with a chest.
She had some grunting in there. Yeah.
When you said that with your chest, you meant that, so that's what it is. Don't try and retract your statements. Don't do none of that. It's so many white people out here that are canceled. I mean, naturally. But they trying to retract their statements and, I didn't mean it like this. You said it how you said it. That's what you have PR for. That's why you have a team. Man, no. You said what you said. That's how you meant it. And that's how we taking it. Ain't no apologies. Ain't no retractions. It's 2020. We canceling everybody.
Listen, this is a very, very, very sensitive time.
Very.
So whether you are in the public eye or not, be mindful of what you're saying and even how you're saying it. I know sometimes if you're texting or emailing, it can be received wrong. So just be mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying, because people will beat your ass.
Straight like that. Straight like that. So, next up, who's on the cancel list?
Shekinah.
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Shekinah.
Shekinah. Yeah.
Well, she's like a reality star. She's been on multiple reality TV shows. Like, she was on a show with Tiny, and she's been on. Oh God, I can't. It's been a few of them, but maybe the Housewives. She's had a few. What do you call it? Like cameos. She's been on quite a few little shows, child. But yeah, she's like a hairstylist in Atlanta. And yeah, she was on her IG live crying because the looters got to the Gucci store. Now, wait. Gucci.
The same Gucci.
Who owns Gucci, Jay?
I don't.
Is it a black person?
Nah.
Oh.
And if we remember correctly, didn't we just have a little scandal with Gucci and blackface?
Blackface, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Now,
she went on there.
I didn't get to watch that.
You didn't watch it? Okay.
I just saw her crying, you know.
Now, I saw Tory Lanez. He actually went and made a live, and he was basically going in on her about that. And so yeah, she jumped on there. She was like, add me to the live and all of that. And she got on there like, I wasn't crying over no Gucci. Y'all just caught me crying, and I was talking about Gucci and how y'all in there looting it, and y'all all in the mall and just tearing stuff up and doing all of that. And again, why would you even mention the Gucci store in the first place? Who cares? All of these things can be replaced. People are upset about replaceable things and not focusing on the bigger matter of irreplaceable lives. That's what people are missing. That is the point that we as black people are trying to make. Stop focusing on the small problem. This is what y'all looking at, and this is what is going on. Y'all missing it. It's a headache. So yeah, they canceled her for crying over that.
Is she dust?
She does too. Did you dab?
I did. I want to bring that back. I really like the dabs. Dab a ranch. Dab a hot sauce.
All right, so next up on the canceled list, we have none other than Tokyo Jets. Now, me personally, I don't even know who this girl is. I heard her name maybe once or twice. But yeah, Tokyo Jet. Do you know who she is?
No.
Okay, so apparently she signed under T.I.'s label, and she made a joke. She was on her live playing with whoever her friend was or something like that, and they were going back and forth doing a little thing. You know, we like to do play, fight, have fun. Like, man, you better get on somewhere. I'm a George Floyd you.
Bruh.
Oh, so wait, is Tokyo Jets black?
She's a black woman, yes. And she said it.
Is she young? Like, I'm trying to justify where this came from.
I don't know. From the looks of the clip, she's maybe, I want to say maybe 25, 26. And she does look kind of young.
Okay.
But regardless, I mean,
Old enough to know.
You old enough to know better.
Yeah.
So canceled.
Yeah, she's canceled before she even got started because nobody knows.
Because she was making a nice little buzz for her name. But hey, cancel these people. And when we cancel these people, like, cancel them. Don't
be doubling back.
Don't double back later on down.
That's some old
6 months
stuff.
later, and like, they drop a song because that's what's gonna happen.
I like that song. I like.
They're gonna drop a new song and they're gonna do something and it's gonna be real catchy and everybody go try and pick back on it and make things forgivable. No. Keep these people canceled. Keep that same energy, y'all. Like, I feel like it's a new wave. It's a new time right now.
Definitely a new wave.
I think this one is
Listen, the
hitting
black
harder.
dollar is circulating like nobody's business right now, and it just makes me so proud. Like, I did my own feet yesterday. I refuse to go in any of those other nail shops. Until my nail lady is available for me, I will do my own feet. Hey, we
Bunions and all.
basically.
So Tokyo Jets is now canceled. She's out of here. All right. Next up, we have.
I was doing the.
Did you do it?
I was trying to do my.
Do it again. Let me see. Oh, you got more. You gotta.
I don't have to do all
That's
that.
that's you're
That's like
you're
manly.
you
That's
blow
like
it-
masculine.
You blew a kiss.
I'm a lady.
You can't. What is that? You gotta.
I like it how I do it. I do it cute
No,
and dainty.
you gotta do it better. Like here. First off,
I don't like that way. Can I do it my own way?
hold it. Put it at your mouth. Put it at your mouth.
I don't like this dude.
Put
I
it at
swear.
your mouth. And then you got to slow release like a temptation. Slow release it down. You got to let it fall. Come on.
Who you think you are? One of the Temptations?
Yes, do it. Hey.
I'm not doing that again.
I like
That
it.
was stupid.
Give me some. That was good.
Yeah, no. Definitely not doing it.
All right. So, next up on the list, the last one we got on the list.
Oh,
I think we
man.
got one. Last one? Is it the last
This
one?
is the last
This is the last one. We got none other than one of the greatest lyricists of all time himself, Mr. Lil Wayne.
I can agree with that.
Lil Wayne is out of here. Canceled.
Now, can you just tell us what he said first, and then I have something to say after you tell us what he said.
Okay, we go. So what he said most recently, he was on Fat Joe's. I guess they were having a conversation, doing whatever. And so Fat Joe asked him just about everything that's going on, current situation, things like that. So he said, well, first off, he was just very broad with the interview, everything he was saying. You know, people that he wasn't being specific, but he basically was keeping the same sentiments that he had before of like, this ain't have nothing to do with me. We just got to do better as a people. We can't keep focusing on the small things and this and that. We just got to get better. Just being real broad and real whack. And so, me personally, yeah, I'm canceling them with everybody else. Now, again, when you cancel somebody, that means you cancel them. Not like, I don't like him until he drops another record. You cancel him. Record sales go down. Everything gets canceled with him. So, that's my opinion. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to ask, again, I have to play devil's advocate. So, we know that he frequents different drugs and leans and perps or whatever things with fur on it. I don't know.
Put a C in it. Perks.
Perks.
Like perpetrator, no.
Oh, Percocet.
Percocet.
'Cause I was thinking like perp, like the drink.
No.
Purple, like purple lean. Perp. I don't know. But he could have been under the influence, and I feel like he's always under the influence. So when you're under the influence all the time like that, it really messes you up. Like, I had a friend that smoked weed like pretty much all day, every day. And so having conversations with her was very difficult because she didn't really remember a lot of what she said or take a lot of what we were saying seriously. And she didn't really retain a lot of what I said.
Right.
So it's like, do we even really want to take him seriously with what he's saying? Because I saw a little bit of that, and I mean, his words were all over the place. He just didn't look like he was 100%. It's been a while since he's probably been at 100%. I'm just gonna be completely honest.
I mean,
so.
I'm with it. Either way, he canceled to me. I don't care. Like everybody is on the chopping block. Everybody,
Hey, wait.
But he did this back in 2016, though.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, when he was on Nightline, what did he say? I don't feel connected to a darn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, okay. So you, as a black man, dealing in the country, dealing with racial inequality, and you as a black man feel that has nothing to do with you, okay? And, you know, I ain't experienced racism or nothing. Like, oh, okay, cool. So you stay over there with your non-racially experienced life.
Did you cancel him then, though, Jay, when he said that?
I heard it, but, you know, I've never been a fan of Wayne and what he stood for anyway.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Like, I did listen to the album that he had put out. I forgot the name of it.
Carter 22. It's a lot of them.
I did listen to that album, but other than that, like, I'm not no Wayne stan. If we in the barbershop and we talking about, you know, greatest lyricist of all time, yes, he's in the top 5. That's about the only time his name gets mentioned. Other than that, I'm not a fan of bro.
Okay.
So
now, I did read somewhere where he said he's never experienced racism. So now again, he probably had but didn't realize it because
he was under the influence.
He's under the influence heavily.
That's on him. So if you want to be under the influence, you be under the influence over there.
On Canceled Island?
On Canceled Island, exactly. And you know what? That's it. I don't even want to talk about this no more. These people making me mad. That's it for the cancel.
You're negating my...
You did? Okay, let's do it.
It's okay. I don't even want to do it no more. I'm done with it. And I'm not going to do it that way, though. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Fine. So there you have it. That's good old Black Twitter for you.
Thank you, Black Twitter, for keeping us informed,
yes,
educated, and entertained.
All of that. We appreciate it. Letting us know who we need to cancel. And if there are going to be more.
Oh,
we
yeah.
know
We're going
for
to
a
come
fact
back
there
with
will
more
be
Black Twitter
oh, yeah.
episodes.
It's going to be a whole lot.
It
More
just
people that we
doesn't
need
stop,
to cancel. So until then, this has been your hot topic for today on the Gender Project.
It was smoking, honey.
It was.
No, Jay. Anyway, now it's time for the best part of the show, Ask Coach Chi. This is where my supporters get to ask me whatever the hell they want. It can be serious, it can be silly, just whatever you want. So someone actually asked me what motivates me, which is pretty good. I mean, it's broad, you know, because there's a lot that motivates.
I'm intrigued. Hold on.
Please, Jay, no. Doing the chair, Jay.
Okay, my bad. I want to make sure that
don't do that.
I want to
me.
make sure that I'm active. I want to actively listen to you. If you don't know what active listening is, this is when you actually pay. You got some people out there.
Don't look at me.
No, because then you be having some people out there. If a person never looks at you, and all they do is give you those continuation words like word, dang.
Because you've never done that to anybody.
I never do that to anybody.
Such lies.
So you need to have a person in your life that actively listens.
The next time you have a conversation with him and he gets to talk about, okay, word, you'll know.
Well, in this moment, I am about to actively listen to you. Ask Coach Chi. Let's go.
What motivates Coach Chi are women in general, just because statistically we are the lowest on the totem pole. So I always like to do everything that I do, whether it's through a post or things that I do with my businesses, is for the women. I also am motivated by the women in my life because I come from a family of queens, all right? We are born with the crown, and a lot of times we forget that we have that crown. And although we've been through things and things have come our way, it's never fallen off our head. Just got tilted a little bit. Just a little bit, yeah. So my family definitely motivates me to go harder because I am creating a legacy for whoever follows. Last but not least, what really motivates me is the little girl that still lives inside of me. I feel like I'm working for her because she was overlooked a lot, she was teased a lot, she was bullied a lot. And she didn't necessarily believe in herself up until probably 3 years ago. So I do everything that I do for women in general, but specifically for my family and the little girl that still resides in me.
That's good. I like that. All right. That's your segment? That's all you got?
Bloop.
Well, there you have it. And that is the end of this show. We thank you guys for tuning in, for watching, for chilling out with us for this, 30, 45 minutes. We thank you guys all day, every day.
Yes, we appreciate y'all very much.
Very, very much. And if you have not done so, if you caught the halfway mark or something like that, if you have not done so, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you like, you comment, and if you enjoyed this, share it. Pass it along. Send the link off to one of your friends and say, hey, this is a pretty cool podcast. Maybe you should check it out. Or post it on your social medias or anything. Just whatever. Just share this thing, all right?
And speaking of social media, we can be found on Facebook, The Gender Project, Instagram, The Gender Project STL, and our website, thegenderprojectstl.com. Hunty. Jay,
So good.
move, man. Pray for me.
Bye, guys.